When the leader is morally weak and his discipline not strict. When his instructions and guidance are not enlightened. When there are no consistent rules. Neighboring rulers will take advantage of this. The general who advances without coveting fame and retreats without fearing disgrace. Whose only thought is to protect his country and do good service for his sovereign. Is the jewel of the kingdom. Regard your soldiers as your children. And they will follow you into the deepest valleys, look upon them as your own beloved sons. And they will stand by you even unto death. All wars are won or lost before they are ever fought. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. It is more important to outthink your enemy than to outfight him. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Victory comes from finding opportunities in problems. If a battle cannot be won, do not fight it. Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. In warfare, there are no constant conditions. He who can modify his tactics in relation to his opponent will succeed and win. Great results can be achieved with small forces. Those who are victorious plan effectively and change decisively. They are like a great river that maintains its course but adjusts its flow. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. There is an intelligent way to eat a live frog, I just don't know what it is. In all history, there is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. Only one who knows the disastrous effects of a long war can realize the supreme importance of rapidity in bringing it to a close. A leader leads by example, not by force. One need not destroy one's enemy. One need only destroy his willingness to engage. Keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. All warfare is based on deception. Therefore, when capable, feign incapacity; when active, inactivity; when near, make it appear that you are far away; when far away, that you are to lure him; feign disorder and strike him. When he concentrates, prepare against him; where he is strong, avoid him; anger his general and confuse him; pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. Plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. If you fight with all your might, there is a chance of life, whereas death is certain if you cling to your corner. Swift as the wind, quiet as the forest, conquer like the fire, steady as the mountain. 2. Not prepare is the greatest of crimes; to be prepared beforehand for any contingency is the greatest of virtues. One mark of a great soldier is that he fight on his own terms or fights not at all. A warrior who is prepared to fight must also be prepared to die. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Kill one, terrify 1,000. The successful person has unusual skill at dealing with conflict and ensuring the best outcome for all. He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. Opportunities increase as they are taken. The peak efficiency of knowledge and strategy is to make conflict unnecessary. He who knows his enemy and himself well will not be defeated easily. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night. If it is to your advantage, make a forward move; if not, stay where you are. Keep their friends close and their enemies closer. Be subtle, and use your spies for every kind of business. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. However desperate the situation and circumstances, don't despair. When there is everything to fear, Be unafraid. When surrounded by dangers, fear none of them. When without resources, depend on resourcefulness. When surprised, take the enemy by surprise. Wait by the river long enough and the body of your enemy will float by you. Set the troops to their tasks without imparting your designs. Those who are victorious plan effectively and change decisively. They are like a great river that maintains its course but adjusts its flow. They have form but are formless. They are skilled in both planning and adapting and need not fear the result of 1,000 battles. For they win in advance, defeating those that have already lost. If your enemy is superior, evade him. Those who would wage war should first eliminate all domestic enemies before proceeding to attack the external foe. Be where your enemy is not. Don't flail against the world. Use it. Flexibility is the operative principle in the art of war. Hold out baits to entice the enemy. Feign disorder, and crush him. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. Pretend to be weak, so your enemy may grow arrogant. The height of strategy is to attack your opponent's strategy. Humble words and increased preparations are signs that the enemy is about to advance. Violent language and driving forward as if to the attack are signs that he will retreat. Engage people with what they expect. It is what they are able to discern and confirms their projections. It settles them into predictable patterns of response, occupying their minds while you wait for the extraordinary moment, that which they cannot anticipate. All war is based on deception. If the enemy leaves a door open, you must rush in. Hence the saying, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you know heaven and you know earth, you may make your victory complete. The line between disorder and order lies in logistics. If you know both yourself and your enemy, you can win 100 battles without a single loss. So the principles of warfare are: do not depend on the enemy not coming, but depend on our readiness against him. Do not depend on the enemy not attacking, but depend on our position that cannot be attacked. Attack is the secret of defense, defense is the planning of an attack. Correct your mistake as soon as you have found it. Sweat more during peace. Bleed less during war. If your enemy is secure at all points, be prepared for him. If he is in superior strength, evade him. If your opponent is temperamental, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. If he is taking his ease, give him no rest. If his forces are united, separate them. If sovereign and subject are in accord, put division between them. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. The clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow the enemy's will to be imposed on him. Weak leadership can wreck the soundest strategy. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This will diminish his enthusiasm.